Good evening, my friends. This is a journey each of you has to walk alone, because it's in the depths of solitude that you'll find the key that unlocks the fullness of life, the vastness of your own potential, the true nature of your being. Live alone, live fully. These words might sound contradictory to some ears. Society has trained us to believe that a life lived alone is somehow lacking, somehow incomplete. But I say to you with total conviction that it's actually in solitude where we discover the very essence of our own completeness. Picture for a moment a great oak tree. It stands alone in the forest, roots reaching deep into the earth, branches stretching skyward, in a magnificent display of individuality. Does the oak tree mourn its solitary existence? Does it long for other trees to feel whole? No, friends. The oak tree simply is. In its solitude it grows stronger, taller, more magnificent with every passing season. You are that oak tree. Your solitude isn't a curse. It's a gift, one that lets you sink your roots deep into the fertile soil of your own imagination, lets you extend your branches into the limitless sky of endless possibility. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I feel lonely. I crave companionship. And to you I say this: loneliness is only a state of mind, a product of your own imagination. And if your imagination created that feeling, then your imagination also holds the power to transform it. Because in truth, you're never actually alone. You're always in the company of the single most important being in the universe, yourself, or more precisely, your inner self, which is nothing less than God, individualized as you. Once you truly understand this, once you fully grasp that the I am living inside you is the very essence of creation itself, how could you ever really feel alone? How could you ever feel like something's missing? Let me share a profound truth with you. The world is yourself, pushed outward. Every person you meet, every situation you find yourself in, is simply a reflection of your own consciousness. When you live alone, when you embrace solitude, you're handed a precious opportunity, the chance to shape your own consciousness without the constant influence and distraction of everyone else. In this solitude, you can begin to truly know yourself, and in knowing yourself, you come to know God. Isn't it written in Scripture, "Be still and know that I am God"? This stillness, this solitude, is itself the gateway to divine understanding. But let's go deeper still into this idea of living alone, of embracing solitude. Many of you might be wondering, how can I live fully if I'm alone? Isn't life meant to be shared? Dear friends, life absolutely is meant to be shared, but first and foremost, it has to be shared with yourself. Because how can you truly share anything with others if you haven't first cultivated a rich inner life of your own? Think of your mind as a garden. In solitude, you're the sole gardener. You get to choose which seeds to plant, which thoughts to nurture, which beliefs to water and tend. Without the constant chatter and opinions of everyone else, you can finally hear the quiet whisper of your own intuition, the gentle guidance of your own inner voice. This garden of your mind, cultivated in solitude, becomes a paradise of infinite possibility. Here, in the quiet of your own company, you can plant the seeds of your deepest desires, your grandest ambitions, your most cherished dreams. And make no mistake, friends, these seeds, nurtured by the power of your focused imagination, will grow, they will flourish, they will bear fruit in your outer reality. As within, so without. As above, so below. Now some of you might be thinking, but isn't this selfish? Shouldn't we be focused on others, on making the world better? To that I say, there's no greater service you can offer the world than realizing the divinity already inside you. Because in doing so, you elevate not only your own consciousness, but the consciousness of all humanity. Remember, the world is yourself, pushed outward. As you transform your inner world through the power of solitude and focused imagination, you automatically transform the world around you. Your very presence becomes a blessing to others, a light in the darkness, a beacon of hope and possibility. In your solitude, you become a living testament to the power of the human spirit, to the boundless potential living inside every one of us. You become a walking, breathing example of what's possible when someone fully embraces their divine nature. But let's be clear, living alone, embracing solitude, doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world. It doesn't mean becoming a hermit, cutting yourself off from all human contact. No, friends, it means cultivating a rich inner life that lets you engage with the world from a place of fullness, of completeness. When you live alone in this sense, you stop seeking validation from others. You stop looking to relationships, achievements, or possessions to fill some perceived void inside you. Instead, you move through life with a quiet confidence, a deep sense of peace, knowing that everything you need is already within you. This is the true power of being alone, the power to be self-sufficient, self-contained, complete unto yourself. It's the power to stand firm in your own truth, regardless of anyone's opinions or judgments. It's the power to love unconditionally, without need or expectation, because you've discovered the inexhaustible source of love living inside your own heart. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, this sounds hard. How do I even begin this journey into solitude? Dear friends, the journey begins with one simple decision, the decision to turn inward. Start by setting aside a little time each day for quiet contemplation. It doesn't need to be hours. Even a few minutes of focused inner attention can work wonders. In these moments of solitude, practice the art of being still. Let the chatter of your mind gradually quiet down. Feel the presence of the I Am living inside you. Recognize that this presence, this awareness, is your true self, eternal, unchanging, all-powerful. As you keep up this practice, you'll begin noticing a shift. Your need for constant external stimulation will start fading. The fear of being alone will drift away. In its place, something new will rise, a feeling of profound peace, of connection to something vast and eternal. This is the beginning of living alone, of living fully. It's the recognition that you're already complete, whole, and perfect exactly as you are. It's the understanding that everything you're seeking, all the love, all the joy, all the abundance, is already inside you, simply waiting to be recognized and expressed. But let me warn you, friends, this journey isn't always easy. There will be moments when the old habit of seeking fulfillment outside yourself resurfaces. There will be times when the silence feels deafening, when the solitude feels overwhelming. In those moments, remember this: you are never truly alone. The entire universe lives inside you. Every possibility, every potential experience exists somewhere in the infinite field of your own consciousness. When you feel lonely, when you're aching for companionship, turn inward, engage your imagination, because your imagination is nothing less than God in action inside you. In your imagination, You can experience anything you desire. You can be anyone, do anything, have anything. Imagine yourself surrounded by loving friends, deep in joyful conversation. Feel the warmth of their presence. Hear the sound of their laughter. Experience it as vividly as if it were happening right now, in this very moment. Then open your eyes and notice how you feel. Notice how your entire state of being has shifted. This, friends, is the power of your own imagination. This is a power that's always available to you, especially in moments of solitude. As you continue this journey of living alone and living fully, you'll discover that solitude isn't the absence of relationship. It's the most profound relationship of all, the relationship with your own divine self. In this relationship, you'll find a love that never wavers, a strength that never falters, a wisdom that never fails. You'll discover that you're the author of your own life story, the creator of your own reality. And as you embrace this truth, as you live from this understanding, you'll find your life becoming richer, fuller, more vibrant than you ever thought possible. Because you're no longer living from lack, from need, from the belief that something outside yourself is required to complete you. Instead, you're living from wholeness, from completeness, from the unshakable knowledge that you're one with the source of all creation. This, dear friends, is what it actually means to live. Now let's go even deeper into this profound truth. As you embrace solitude, as you cultivate your inner world, you'll start noticing a remarkable transformation in your outer experience. The world around you will begin mirroring the peace and contentment you feel inside. People will find themselves drawn to your presence, sensing the quiet strength and self-assurance radiating from you. Opportunities will seem to arise effortlessly, as though the universe itself were conspiring to support your dreams and desires. This isn't mere coincidence, friends. This is the law of attraction, playing out in real time. As you align yourself with the truth of your own being, as you vibrate at the frequency of your highest self, you naturally attract experiences matching that vibration. But remember, the key to this transformation lies in your ability to hold your inner state steady, regardless of outer circumstances. This is where the power of living alone truly shines. When you're comfortable in your own company, when you find joy and fulfillment inside yourself, you're no longer at the mercy of the ever-shifting world around you. You become like a mighty rock in the middle of a turbulent sea, unmoved, unshaken, standing firm in your own truth. This inner strength, cultivated in solitude, becomes your greatest asset as you move through the world. It lets you engage with others from a place of genuine love and compassion, rather than need or fear. Because once you no longer need others to complete you, you're free to love them unconditionally. Once you stop seeking validation from the outside world, you're free to express your authentic self without fear of judgment or rejection. This, dear friends, is true freedom. It's the freedom that comes from knowing who you really are, from recognizing the divine power already living inside you. And make no mistake, this freedom, this power, is your birthright. It's not something you have to earn or achieve. It's simply waiting for you to claim it, to step into it, to live from it. The journey of living alone and living fully is at its core a journey of remembering your true nature, remembering your divine heritage, remembering that you are, have always been, and will always be one with the source of all creation. As you walk this path, you might notice your perception of the world starting to shift. What once seemed solid and fixed now appears fluid, malleable. The boundaries between self and other start to blur, as you recognize the same divine essence living in every being, everything. This is the dawning of real spiritual awareness. It's the recognition that all of life is interconnected, that we're all expressions of the one infinite consciousness. And yet, paradoxically, it's often in solitude that this awareness first awakens, because it's when we're alone, truly alone with ourselves, that we can finally hear the whisper of our own soul, the voice of our higher self. This voice, friends, is always speaking to us. It's constantly guiding us, inspiring us, showing us the way to our highest good. But amid the hustle and bustle of daily life, amid the constant chatter of our minds and the noise of the outer world, that voice often gets drowned out. That's exactly why periods of solitude matter so much. They give us the silence, the space, in which we can attune ourselves to this inner guidance. They let us recalibrate our inner compass, realign ourselves with our true purpose. Now, some of you might be wondering, but what about my relationships? What about my family, my friends, the people I love? To you I say this: your relationships will only be enriched by this journey into solitude, because as you become more whole, more complete within yourself, you bring that wholeness into every one of your interactions. You stop relating to others from a place of need or lack. You stop trying to fill some void inside yourself through your relationships. Instead, you come together in a spirit of sharing, of mutual growth and enrichment. Your relationships become a dance between two complete individuals, each secure in their own being, each bringing their unique gifts to the exchange. This is the real foundation for truly fulfilling, truly harmonious relationships. And what's more, as you embrace solitude, as you cultivate your inner world, you become a source of inspiration for the people around you. Your very presence reminds others of their own innate divinity, their own untapped potential. You become a living example of what's possible when someone fully embraces their true nature. And in doing so, you quietly invite others to begin their own journey of self-discovery. But let's be clear, this journey isn't about becoming someone new. It's not about changing who you are. It's about stripping away the layers of conditioning, the false beliefs and limiting thoughts that have obscured your true nature. It's about remembering who you've always been, underneath the roles you play, underneath the masks you wear, underneath the identity you've constructed for yourself. In the silence of solitude, in the stillness of your own presence, you begin touching the timeless, boundless essence of your own being. You begin experiencing yourself as pure awareness, as consciousness itself. And from this place of pure being, you can then choose how you want to express yourself in the world. You can consciously create your life, moment by moment, thought by thought, choice by choice. This, dear friends, is what it truly means to live fully. It's living from the deepest truth of your being, expressing the fullness of who you are in every single moment. And paradoxically, it's precisely in learning to be alone, in embracing solitude, that we become capable of this fullness of living. Because it's only when we're comfortable with ourselves, when we're at peace in our own company, that we can bring our whole selves into every situation, every interaction, every moment of our lives. So I invite you, dear friends, to embrace solitude, to make friends with silence, to cultivate a rich inner life that sustains and nourishes you, regardless of outer circumstances. Start small if you need to. Set aside a few minutes each day for quiet contemplation. Gradually stretch that time as you grow more comfortable with stillness, with being alone with yourself. Use this time to explore your own inner world, to examine your thoughts, your beliefs, your desires, to connect with the deepest truth of your own being. As you do this, you may find certain beliefs or thought patterns no longer serve you. You may uncover limiting ideas that have been holding you back. In the light of your own awareness, in the clarity of solitude, these can be gently released, making room for new, more empowering beliefs to take their place. Remember, friends, your mind is the most powerful creative force in your entire universe. And in solitude, you have the chance to consciously direct this force, to shape your reality according to your own highest vision. Imagine, if you will, that your mind is a vast, clear lake. When the surface of that lake is disturbed by winds, the winds of external influence, opinion, and distraction, it becomes hard to see clearly down to the bottom. But in solitude, as you cultivate inner stillness, the surface of that lake grows calm. The water clears, and suddenly you can see all the way down to the depths. You can perceive truths that were there all along, simply obscured by turbulence on the surface. This clarity, this depth of perception, is one of the greatest gifts solitude offers. It lets you see yourself and the world around you with new eyes. It lets you make choices from a place of wisdom and understanding, rather than reacting out of conditioning or habit. As you continue on this journey of living alone and living fully, your entire relationship with life may begin to shift. What once looked like problems or obstacles now appear as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. The ups and downs of life, which might once have tossed you around like a leaf in the wind, now become the very means through which you deepen your understanding, strengthen your resolve, expand your consciousness. Because when you're truly comfortable being alone, when you're fully present with yourself, you carry that presence, that aliveness, into every moment of your life. Whether you're working, interacting with others, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation, you're fully there, fully alive, fully you. This, dear friends, is the essence of living fully. It's not about the number of experiences you accumulate. It's about the quality of your presence within each one. It's not about what you do, but how you do it. It's not about what you have, but how fully you appreciate and enjoy what's already here. And all of this becomes possible once you learn to be alone, once you embrace solitude as the gateway into your own divinity. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but what about love? What about intimacy? Can we truly experience these while focused on being alone? Dear friends, let me assure you, the love you discover within yourself, the intimacy you cultivate with your own being, becomes the very foundation for the deepest, most fulfilling relationships you could ever imagine. Because when you love yourself fully, when you're intimate with your own thoughts, feelings, and desires, you stop approaching relationships from a place of need or lack. You stop searching in others for what you believe is missing in yourself. Instead, you show up to every interaction, every relationship, as a complete being, offering the gift of your full presence, your authentic self. And in doing so, you create space for others to do the same. This is the paradox of living alone and living fully. In embracing solitude, in cultivating a rich inner life, you actually enhance your own capacity for meaningful connection with others. You become like a cup that's already full, overflowing with love and joy. You no longer need others to fill you up. Instead, you have an abundance to share with everyone you meet. And here's another profound truth. As you embrace solitude, as you grow comfortable being alone, You develop a deep sense of self-trust. You learn to rely on your own inner guidance, your own intuition, rather than constantly seeking advice or approval from others. This self-trust becomes your North Star, steadily guiding you through life's challenges and decisions. It lets you stand firm in your own truth, even when others doubt or criticize you. But remember, friends, this journey into solitude, this path of living alone and living fully, isn't a destination you arrive at. It's a continuous unfolding, a never-ending exploration of the vastness living inside you. Every day brings new opportunities to deepen your self-understanding, to expand your consciousness, to more fully express the divine potential already living within you. And as you walk this path, you might find that your very presence becomes a blessing to others. Without even trying, you start uplifting the people around you, simply by being who you truly are. Because when you're fully yourself, when you're living from the truth of your being, you give others permission to do the same. Your authenticity creates a space where others feel safe expressing their own truth, being their own authentic selves. This, dear friends, is how we change the world. Not through grand gestures or heroic deeds, but through the simple, profound act of being true to ourselves, of living from our deepest truth. And it all begins with the willingness to be alone, to embrace solitude, to dive deep into the infinite ocean of our own being. Remember, you are never truly alone. The entire universe lives inside you. All the love, all the joy, all the wisdom you could ever need is already present in the depths of your own being, simply waiting to be recognized, waiting to be expressed. As you learn to live alone, as you cultivate this inner richness, you'll find your life becoming fuller, more vibrant, more alive than you ever imagined possible. You'll discover a peace that surpasses all understanding, a joy that doesn't depend on outer circumstances, a love that knows no bounds. This is your birthright. This is your true nature. This is what it means to live alone and live fully. So go forward, dear friends, into the vast, unexplored territory of your own being. Embrace solitude as your greatest teacher, your most faithful companion. Know that in doing so, you're not only transforming your own life, you're contributing to the transformation of the entire world. Because as you elevate your own consciousness, you elevate the consciousness of all humanity. This is the power of one individual fully realizing their divine nature. This is the power of living alone and living fully. May you walk this path with courage, with joy, with an open heart, and may you discover the infinite treasure that's always been hidden, simply waiting to be claimed. Remember, dear friends, you are the author of your own story, the creator of your own reality. In solitude, in the quiet moments of self-reflection, you hold the pen. Write boldly, write beautifully, write the grandest version of your life you can possibly imagine, because in truth, there are no limits to what you can be, do, or have, once you fully embrace the power of your own consciousness. And so, as we come to the close of our time together, I leave you with this final thought. The journey of living alone and living fully is the single most important journey you will ever undertake. It's the journey to the very heart of who you are, to the very source of your being. Embrace it with all your heart. Trust the process. Have faith in your own divine nature, and watch as miracles unfold in your life, as if by magic. Because you are the miracle, dear friends. You are the magic. You are the very essence of life itself, expressing itself in human form. Go forward and live from this truth. Go forward and shine your light. Go forward and be the fullest, most authentic expression of who you truly are. This is your purpose. This is your calling. This is your destiny. And it all begins with one simple yet profound decision: to embrace solitude, to live alone, to dive deep into the infinite ocean of your own being. The journey awaits you, dear friends. The time is now. The power is already inside you. Live alone, live fully, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Thank you, and may you be blessed on your journey. This is Neville Lectures. I'll see you in the next video.